What's going on, guys? Chandler here. So this is going to be my new segment on my YouTube channel called First Listen Review that is taken from my $5 tier full album reactions. So I reacted the entire album, and then at the very end I give my overall thoughts and initial thoughts and a score on the album as a whole. So again, if you do like what you see and want to support the channel going forward, head over to patreon.com/ChandlerBurtonEntertainment. This is exclusive to the $5 tier. Again, you get a full album reaction, review, and a whole bunch of other perks as well if you guys are interested. And again, there's always a link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the review, and thank you all so much for watching. Alright, my friends, Fire from the Gods, Soul Revolution. Super excited to check this album out with you guys here. I've only heard the first two songs, which was Soul Revolution, the title track, and SOS. I did do a reaction to both of those here, so I have heard those two songs, but the rest of the album, I have not heard. I just feel bad this album for me got swept under the rug. I didn't even know it was coming out until like a little while ago. But again, I absolutely love this band. Super excited to dive into it here. Let's go ahead and pop it off. It's about a 43-minute album, so a little bit longer than I'm used to, but you know what? If it's good, I'm okay with that runtime. So let's go ahead and pop it off here in 3, 2, and 1.
A few moments later.
Alright. Fire from the Gods, Soul Revolution. That was a pretty dang good album, man. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to talk about it. I am going to give my first listen review, and that is coming up next, so stick around for that. Alright, my friends, so again, that was Fire from the Gods and their brand new album, Soul Revolution. Just got done jammed the entire thing. Overall, man, I really enjoyed the album. I thought it was super cool, had some really cool moments in here, so again, I'm super excited to kind of give you my overall thoughts on the album here. I would say, starting off with the pros here, number one, I really love that you can feel the emotion in AJ's voice. Now, there are a lot of songs in here that kind of, you know, more political songs, and also some very personal songs on here as well, but no matter what the case is, no matter where you kind of stand, you can just tell that he's passionate about what he is saying. And that's what I said in the beginning. Like, I love how this band like brings together, like, you know, feel like they're trying to bring together unity per se, and I really like that they're doing that, and you can really feel that in AJ's voice. He really sounds like LJ from Seven Dust, and I really love Seven Dust, and so their voices to me are just like smooth like butter. And so again, but I really do like that you can feel it in the screaming and the rapping and the singing. AJ did a very good job on this album. He does really good on all three of the albums, but this one he really shines, and he just does a really good job here. This might be a little bit of a weird one, but I listened to Narrative Retold and American Son again before I went into this album, and I have to say I actually like the instruments more on this album than American Son. I still would say Narrative Retold is my favorite Fire from the Gods album, or just Narrative in general is still my favorite, because I just like how each song kind of stands out from one another. But I will say that this album I do feel is a step up from American Son. Not that American Son was bad at all, but I feel like on American Son the instruments were kind of just boring on that one. They had a few cool moments, but there was really nothing interesting when it came to the instruments on that album, in my opinion. Still good, still, you know, still engaging, but just nothing really interesting. I feel like on this one, there's a lot more guitar work. There's a lot more, like, cool breakdowns and like cool moments in there that makes it really stand out. It's not just like the AJ show, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like American Son, like the song, what held the song together in my opinion on American Son was AJ. So it's really cool to hear like the instruments kind of take more of a step in the forefront here and kind of give their time to shine. I thought that was really cool. Really big step up. Not like a huge step up, but a big step up from American Son in my personal opinion. Also, I would also say that the choruses and even like some of the verses are just so catchy. Like World So Cold, I was seriously just humming that. I listened to it again before I started doing this, and I'm like, this is so catchy. Or even a song like The Message, where it may come off as a little cheesy to some people, I think it's just really catchy and just really exciting. And so I'm already humming and singing songs from this album, and that's definitely a good thing. I will say though, even though some of the instruments are more in the forefront of this album kind of has the same problem as American Sun, is that a lot of the songs kind of just blend together. Like a lot of them have kind of the same song structure, so it's really hard to sometimes pick apart which song is which can be really frustrating, because if you listen to it, you're like, oh man, I really like that song, and then you click on one song, you're like, is this the right song? Am I listening to the right one? And that can always be kind of a bummer. There are some standouts for sure. We'll talk about that in the top 3 songs for sure. But I do feel a lot of the songs on this album, not every single one, but a lot of the songs do have similar song structures. And again, American Sun kind of had the same problem in my personal opinion, where all the songs were kind of just similar in structure. Again, they're not bad by any means, but I think trying to maybe stand out a little bit more in the next few albums, like trying to mix things up, maybe have the instruments do more stuff, would probably, help it out a little bit here. And I will say, this may not be a pro, but a con, sorry, but I just want to throw it in there. I think some people may not like this album just because, again, some of the lyrical content people may agree to disagree with, which is completely fine. But again, if you're going to attack people for your own personal belief or believe whatever it's in politics or whatever, I can see how this album could be probably a little bit controversial for some people. To me, it's not a big con, only because I respect people's opinions. At least I try to, no matter when it comes to politics, religion, anything like that at all. I don't talk about it a lot on my channel. I do talk about my beliefs on my channel sometimes, but I don't try to put it out so much in the forefront where people just want to argue with me about it. But I would say there are some people that may be, this album may be a little hard to digest, which is funny for me because I'm a consumer of generic metalcore music. If metalcore was like mac and cheese, I love every single flavor, you know what I'm saying? So for me liking this, it's a little bit different. But again, I really like this album, but again, I just wanted to throw it out there that may be a con for some people. So my top 3 favorite songs from this album here. Number 1, absolutely, Love is Dangerous. I'm so happy I waited, because I was going to actually download all the songs and just listen to them here, but I saw that they were releasing a video for this here, so I was like, okay, I'm going to wait a day to make sure I include the music video for this one here. And I'm so glad that I did, because that song and that music video was super, super cool. I don't know why that reminded me of, that song could have fit on a Black Panther, soundtrack for some reason. I don't know, maybe just because the messaging and the way he was singing it reminded me of Black Panther. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'm just stoked to see the movie next week. I'm super excited for Wakanda Forever. Let me know down below if you're excited for Wakanda Forever. We could talk about movies too. I love talking about movies. But anyway, side note, sorry to get distracted here, but Love is Dangerous. I would also say World So Cold. That song, again, super simple in its structure, but what got me was that really catchy chorus of whoa, I love that. I'm seriously just singing it, it's so fantastic. Some people may think it's not that big of a deal, but for me, it caught my attention. I really like it. And I would say, honestly, the other song I really liked was The Message. Now, that song was pretty cool. And the biggest standout was the chorus and kind of the whole reggae type sound to it here, which I thought was really, really cool. They do reggae and stuff very, very well, and so I thought that was cool. They incorporated a lot of that stuff into this essentially modern day rock song. So for me, those are my top 3 favorite songs from Soul Revolution. They may change over time, but as of right now, those are the top 3 songs that stuck out to me. All in all, man, I really enjoyed this album. I would probably rank them, as of right now, would be Narrative, Soul Revolution, and American Sun. I do like American Sun, okay? I think that album's really cool. But again, this one just had a little more variety. This felt like American Sun 2.0. They took the best parts of American Sun and kind of just added upon it here. And I thought they did a really good job with that. Again, I felt really bad because this album just got swept under the rug. I totally forgot it was coming out, which was a bummer because I would have missed it. I would have been really disappointed in myself because I really do like Fire from the Gods. I don't see a lot of people talking about them, so I don't know if they're as popular as I think they are, but I think they're pretty well known now, especially being on their 3rd album. I got to see these guys live as well, and they absolutely killed it. And going back to this album here, again, this album may be a little bit hard for some people to digest, but for me, I love when people can just be, not be afraid to express how they feel, whether it's their political side, their emotional side, those types of things. I think Fire from the God does that really, really well. All in all, I really think this band is about bringing people together as one. I really respect that. This probably isn't going to be my favorite album of the year. It's very catchy in some parts, and there are some pretty heavy songs on here, like Soul Revolution was heavy, and the last song, Collapse, was if you're looking for something heavy, those two songs alone are pretty heavy for what it is. But overall, man, I really enjoyed the album. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's definitely right there in the middle for me here. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm going to give Fire from the Gods, Soul Revolution, a 7.5 out of 10. Who knows? If I keep listening to it here, it may end up in my top 10 albums of 2022. But again, we have so much more music that is still coming out the rest of the year. I'm not entirely sure. I could definitely see this getting an honorable mention. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens.